Hey everyone, day 3, and this is the second video on the self-talk. So if you watched yesterday, you know I was talking about being more aware of where our thoughts are going. So noticing when we've jumped into the past or into the future and bringing our thinking back to the present and choosing a new thought. And the noticing when our self-talk has gone very negative, which if you read The Poisonous Parrot, you'll know our negative self-talk is just a parrot repeating itself in a cage, and you can throw a blanket over the cage and tell it to shut up and choose another thought. So before I get into how to use your voice as your best friend, I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that came to my head earlier on today, because I just thought it was a good point. I was thinking about when we were growing up and the messages that we got about looking after ourselves and caring about ourselves. And it was like it was such a negative thing. Like if you were looking after yourself and you were minding yourself, that you thought you were better than everybody else. So we might have overheard other people said, or we might have said it ourselves. I know I have in the past. Somebody would pass and we'd say, look at him. If he was a bar of chocolate, he'd eat himself. Or we'd say, look at her. She absolutely loves herself. Who does she think she is? And we judge people for loving themselves and caring for themselves when really we should be encouraging them to do it more and congratulating them. Because if we're looking after ourselves, then we're stronger and we're in a better place to look after other people. So I know for a fact that I need to look after myself. I have to put in self-care on a day-to-day basis in order to be the best mother I can be, the best partner I can be, the best friend I can be. And that would be ultimately what I would want. So it made me think that, you know, if we were told that loving ourselves was a bad thing, then how are we supposed to care about ourselves? Because if you think about who you care about the most in the world, so think about it, who do you care most about in the world? It's the people you love the most in the world, isn't it? So if we don't love ourselves, how are we supposed to care about ourselves? How are we supposed to put in self-care? So before I got into the talking part, I wanted to make it very clear, 100% you should love yourself. You deserve every bit of happiness in this world. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. You can forgive yourself and move on. 100% you deserve that. And 100% you should be your own best friend. So using your self-talk to be your own best friend is exactly the opposite of what the poisonous parrot was doing or the negative self-talk was doing. So when you hear yourself saying you can't do it, there's no way, what are you even bothering for? They're the times then you notice it, you tell it to shut up, and you say to yourself, if this was someone who I love the most in the world, for me, I think about if my children came to me with this problem. So in those times, I think, so if this was one of my kids coming to me and saying, you know, I just want to give up, I don't want to do it anymore, what would I say to them? And you'll be surprised how much your own advice can help yourself when you are your own best friend. Because what you'll hear is, don't give up. Keep going. You know you can do it. You did it once before, you can do it again. Or if it's something that you're trying to achieve, you might hear, okay, so if this was one of my kids coming and saying, you know, I'm really stuck and I don't know what to do here, what would you do? You'd sit them down and say, right, let's talk it through. Let's really think about it. Let's give ourselves the time to work it out and see what's the best step moving forward. If you give that to yourself and gave that support and that encouragement and that love to yourself, who knows what could happen? So that's the message for today. Use your self-talk more positively. Ask yourself in those moments when you're struggling, if this was someone who I love who came to me and was asking me about this, what would I say to them? What support would I offer to them? And then offer that support to yourself. And I really, really hope that you'll be kind to yourself because you deserve it. Okay, have a great day and I'll see you all tomorrow.